What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and just a quick video today about something a little bit more newsy, I guess you could say. So Subnautica developer and sound designer Simon Chilinsky became the target of a social justice driven hate mob on Twitter after he shared tweets by conservative journalist Paul Joseph Watson. Well, that's one side of it. Now, if you go to the mainstream media regarding this, you'll see the headlines kind of suggest that this Chilinsky guy was a fucking neo-Nazi and he literally came to work to develop Subnautica wearing a KKK hood. Well, I don't think both can be true, so it's probably somewhere in the middle. But let's get into it and then you can discuss it down below in the comments. So Subnautica is that underwater game that all the YouTubers are loving at the minute, and it's got a director called Charlie Cleveland. So in 2016, Charlie Cleveland put out a poll saying, you know, would you like us to add a female character or would you prefer us to improve the core game? Now, it was overwhelmingly in support of improving the core game. Obviously, you know, who wouldn't? You know, we don't really care about what sex the main character is. We really don't. Do you remember Tomb Raider, anybody? You know? But you could still say that the results of that poll were based on the gender of the audience, and the gaming community is a majority male. It always has been. That is changing to a point, and very slowly. But what do they expect? You know, do we want a better game, or do we want to fuck around with a female character? And implementing a female character into the game would require an immense amount of work. You know, you're including model rigging, animations, outfits, voice acting, and changes to both the storyline and core gameplay. You know, naturally, most of Subnautica's player base, probably female and male, voted to improve the core gameplay. So that's where this sort of began. Well, this poll was then dug up by left-wing activists that don't play games. These people don't play games. They're literally outraged victimhood. They're masters of this shit. They sit on Twitter and Facebook all day just looking for something to be fucking victimised or outraged over. They're like professionally outraged all the time. This is what they do. And if you dig into their Twitter feeds, they're usually using Twitter accounts that don't have anything linking to them, particularly because they actually get paid for this shit. Or they work in Starbucks or some shit. It's just crazy. So following a barrage of complaints, Cleveland deleted the post, prompting Chilinsky, who worked for Subnautica as well, to joke that the developers needed to add like a diversity slider in the options that make the characters progressively darker skinned, more feminine or less attractive. It's pretty fucking funny. He's obviously having a little bit of a joke there. You know, jokes are meant to push the bounds of what we consider acceptable in regards to speaking. So the mob that was outraged at the poll was now outraged at Chilinsky, and as they do, they dug through his tweets from 17,000 years ago and discovered one that he retweeted Paul Joseph Watson, who's a kind of, I'd say controversial because he likes to dig at people, but he's not really, he just covers controversial topics, which is, well, what a journalist is supposed to do, I guess. And it was a tweet about, oh shit, it was a tweet about the Swedish Prime Minister's plan to deploy the military into its Islamic no-go zones. Damn, that's a fucking no-go for these hate mobs. God, don't go Islamic on them, fucking hell. They'll crucify you. They'll literally call the police on you. Damn. This Chilinsky guy had also written on Twitter about how he wanted to identify as a helicopter, you know, the attack kind. Obviously a joke again. And this was in response to a behavioural scientist from Canada called GWARNIN, who tweeted about YouTube's gender identification poll. God damn it, why can't we joke about this stuff? We have to be able to joke about it. Because one, it is fucking hilarious. And two, humour it's the great balancing force in our society. We have to be able to joke about everything. But obviously, the fucking left-wing hate mob didn't find it funny in the fucking slightest. So now for tweets that were years in the past, he's now a transphobic racist, obviously. And then this hate mob's complained to his employer, that was this Cleveland guy, and Chilinsky was then fired. Now, his firing has been confirmed. He's spoken to a number of media outlets. The media outlets that are reporting this accurately are using the term left-wing hate mob because there was a couple of people that dug up his old tweets and then got a load of people to attack the company, attack the other game developers. And according to Chilinsky, the game developers just couldn't really handle it. They didn't really know how to deal with the Twitter outrage, so they just took the easy route, and that was firing him and then apologising publicly. I mean, that's This censorship by fiat, this censorship by mob, this mob rule, this really is not good, folks. And I think this is only something that has been born out of social media, because these people would have zero power in the real world, but they have an immense amount of pull when it comes to social media. And that's something that we should really look at. Instigating hate mobs like this, even though the social media platforms lean left and they're not going to do anything currently, maybe that's something we can look into, because this is not great, you know? Chilinski doesn't blame the game developer though. He says, what can they do? And they're getting this outrage over Twitter, they've got to do something. He thought that they were just going to deal with it in-house though, kind of give him a reprimand and then that would be that. But no, they've come out to appease the social justice warriors. Chilinski said to his employers, quote, "I said that I honestly didn't see anything wrong with it. I don't feel like I need to pretend not to know about statistics and poll realities," end quote. And that says it all really, doesn't it? You know, what he's tweeting is based in fact. There is evidence to back up what he's saying, even though he's being a bit trollish. But his employers sort of asked him, do you stand by this? He said yes. They've jogged him. And then the employers come out on Twitter and say, oh, we've found someone that was spreading hate. And there were some really hate-filled posts from years ago. Someone please explain to me how saying that you want to identify as an attack helicopter is hate-filled. How do they know they're taking the piss? He might actually want to identify as a fucking attack helicopter. How dare they question his gender choice? But yeah, look, this is a fucking problem, folks, all this bullshit. Left-wing hate mobs. If you read this anywhere else, it's not going to use the term left-wing hate mob. It's going to use the term, oh my god, this dirty racist was found out. And oh, he tainted Subnautica, so now we must add 17 female characters to the game. God damn it, shut the fuck up, people. Crazy stuff, folks. What do you think? Like the video, subscribe, let me know down below. We can't let this continue. That's all from me, peeps, but now it's time for you to do your part. Join the conversation and share your thoughts in the comments section below. I'll do my very best to get back to all of you. Also, Skynet, aka YouTube's algorithm, works off of the amount of likes I get, so please press the like button, it only takes you 2 seconds. This helps my video be visible to other people. Now for the final stage of your evolution, please press the subscribe button and hit that notification bell. I upload 5 times a week and try and make everything as funny as possible, so it'll definitely be worth it. As a bit of insurance though, I've captured the puppy you're currently looking at. I am totally against animal cruelty, but I love subs more, so make sure you do the 3 things I've highlighted. If not, I don't know what'll happen to him.